Hello, I'm Jeff Byers, your instructor for this course. This is ANI 258 Game Level Design Module 4, and I'm hoping you are all staying healthy and safe. In this module, Module 4, we'll be finishing up the Mayan game level. We'll be adding lighting, VFX, and mechanics. Let's go ahead and go into Module 4, and you can see basically in a nutshell, I wanted to add this in here too. I'm checking my emails all the time, all day long, and these are the times that I check them. If you send an email at 8:30, I will get it at 9 and respond concurrently, directly after I get it, as soon as I can. And then I'll check again at 12:30 and just keep remembering those are the times that I check. So there is kind of a space between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. After 9 p.m. I don't really check them anymore. You'll have to wait until the next day at 9 in the morning. But that's the best I can do in these circumstances right now. But our objectives now, we've got to the point where we've got our basic cover completed. I know some of you still are working on cover maybe a little bit, and you're still set dressing a little bit. It's not exactly where you want it. This is a big week. I want you to start right away. Hopefully you will be starting right away and not waiting to the end of the week to get started on this, because you won't get it finished. It's a big week where we've got to add lighting, and we've got to watch videos to get better at lighting and to understand how lighting works a little bit better than what you have been doing. Understanding the types of lights you can use and how to use them. We touched on them, but now we got to go heavier into how to do outdoor lighting, and that's really important. This plays a huge plays a huge factor in showing a really nice dynamic atmospheric ambiance that we're going to create for our level. We want to kind of create this tension, scariness, fear. Going through our level, we want to add fog. As a visual effect, we want to add the moon and the stars, and there's some video tutorials you're going to need to watch for that. We've also got technical issues that we're going to be talking about, and that is we're going to be adding fire to the scenes. There's a video about how to create the fire, but we'll get through all this. So basically, I put the objectives up here. I'm going to start doing that instead at the very end. So you're going to see this twice, one up, where the objectives are, and something that that you're more used to from me with my my handouts, basically. So the whole idea is that I'm hoping that you guys didn't go crazy with the grass. Okay, you're going to find out throwing a huge amount of grass over the entire level is going to slow you guys down to crawl. Try to render that lighting for that grass. That's going to be insane. So what I wanted you to do, hopefully you watch the videos, is just put the grassway along the pathways on both sides of the pathway, and then taper it off. It's heavier along the pathway because that's where people are walking anyway. So put your grass along the pathways. Same with the trees. The wide open spaces, you can put grass there, but not heavy. Okay, just really light. And the funny thing is, when you look at a certain angle with your camera down low, like you are walking, you're never going to see those big open splotchiness spaces. You're still going to see grass across there. So watch out for big trees. Those are hundreds of thousands of polygons. Use smaller trees and just scale them up. Those are things you can do to protect yourselves from crashing and running out of memory. Okay? Because video games run off of your VRAM on your computer, your graphics card RAM. So if you have a really big scene, it's pulling directly from that RAM and just gobbling it up. So not only do you have all these static meshes, in your scene that you've built all these buildings, now you've got hundreds of thousands of polygon trees in your scene. So believe it or not, you can stop a machine from totally running. Unreal can handle millions of polygons and lots of texture sets, but if you're not being careful and efficient how you're using your assets, you can actually run that machine down and run your machine down to a crawl, or even stop, or even crash. So if that's happening, get rid of the trees and start taking out grass. So you may want to repaint stuff. You may have to do that, but be more efficient with how you work. Okay, that'll save you. My intro video tutorial will be here. Lesson content, basically you've seen this already before and all this other stuff. So here's the new stuff. Unreal 4 basic lighting concepts. Great little tutorial I found. Is really excellently done, and it really takes you through all the types of the lighting. I would start with that one first. And then we've got how to light an exterior scene. So this basically takes through interior, and then we've got into exterior. Now this is not how I want you to light your scene. This is these are videos for you to gain knowledge, understand how things work, and then you work your way down into interior lighting. I know this is not the type of lighting we're going to do, but it's closer than bright light. We're going to want to go a little bit dimmer than this, because we want torchlight, right? We want to have torchlight. Then we get into, this is what I'm really excited about, is these videos here. One takes you through how to create a starry sky without the moon, but we want the one with the moon. Now there are ways to putting them both together, and that would be something like this one. Okay, so you choose starry night, but you still want to make sure we see everything. But with the moonlight, then we have more ambiance. We can see more of what's around us, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. This one here kind of is the one with both of them. I'm not sure. I've watched this a couple times. I don't know if this will be too technical for some of you guys. You have to model the moon and all that stuff, and she does it in 3ds Max, which should be easy to transpose over to Maya. So you want to do this one? That's great. I would love everybody to do this, but I don't know if you have time. Okay, so if you have to do one or the other on these two, then do this one. Okay, do the one with the moon. Okay, moon sky. Alright, I'm okay with that. And then we go into the mechanics. One is the jump pad. And I've got 2 tutorials. If one fails you for some reason, that it shouldn't, then the other one's ready to go. Okay, so we got 2 there. And then creating a simple teleporter. Okay, we got one here, and then we've got one here. Just in case one you just don't get it, the other one should do it for you. And then I know you can go into visual effects, and they have a drag and drop. They have a preset flame. They've got 3 or 4 of them in there, and you can use those. Absolutely, drag and drop them. I'm cool with that. You don't have to create one from scratch, but if you are interested, if you're that type of person that loves this technical stuff and wants to understand more fluid dynamics and particle systems in Unreal 4, this is a great tutorial. Okay? All right. So with that said, then your course assignment kind of mimics what was set up above. These are all the things we need to do. These are all the things we need to get inputted in. So if you're behind on set dressing, and this is going to be a rough week for you. If you're behind on set dressing and getting things set dressed and cover and adding grass and rocks and water, and you didn't do module 3 up to where it needed to be, you're going to be extremely busy this week. It doesn't mean you can't get it done. You can get it done. Just got to put your nose to the grindstone. Probably spend 3 or 4 hours a day, maybe more, working on this stuff. This will be a first time I've done this because we're online. I'm unable to see your work in class, so I've got to have you guys create a video for me. Basically, a gameplay video, like how do you videotape yourself playing a game. There's lots of little pieces of software out there that allow you to record your desktop, right? You can do that. But did you know that Unreal allows you to record from your first-person shooter or first-person player or through a camera? Okay? And these 2 videos do that. This one is made for first-person shooter, so if you got a first-person, you're good to go. He shows you if you have a third person, you can add a third person into your level. He kind of takes you through that. If he doesn't, if it's too fast and you didn't catch it, then please go onto YouTube and type and do a search for adding a first-person shooter into existing level or something like that, and you should find something that allows you to do that, so you'll be able to follow this. This is the one I really want you to do, but this one's kind of fun. Some of you have always wanted to do this, and you've created a really cool level, and you want to kind of create a cinematic. This is a way you can do it. I'm not by any means asking you to do this for this module, but those of you that are interested in this kind of stuff, into trailers and creating your own trailers and having some fun, maybe even during the break for the summer, hey, there it is. It's awesome. It'd be fun. Grading rubric, you guys can read all this stuff. Basically, I need a lot of screenshots. A lot of screenshots. What if your video doesn't work? What if I can't get it to work? Then I've got to go by your screenshots. There's nothing else I've got. We can't take your files. They're going to be huge. They're going to be 10 to 20 gigs. And we can only upload a gig. And I don't even want you uploading that, because we're all going to do 20, basically it's going to turn out to be about 50. So I'm going to grade you on lighting and atmosphere. Okay. Basically, how does your lighting look? Does it look realistic? Does it fit the nighttime scene? Is everything black? Except for the lighting you have in there. We don't want that. Remember, we want to add an ambience from the moonlight, meaning that kind of a bluish, not black. We want we want to be able to see where we're walking in the moonlight, just like if it's a bright moon outside, we can kind of see where we're walking. Not overly bright either. And then what's really going to make a difference is how you place your torches and your lighting. Now you may need to find a torch. You may need to model a torch. That's pretty easy. Throw a stick in there with a ball on top and make it orange. I mean, you can do that in less than 5 minutes, and then scale it and put it around the scene. And then what you do is you can drag and drop the visual effects they have in there, the torch, and scale it to how you need it. Do the VFX at the very end. In fact, do everything, and I would highly recommend that you guys are basically rendering everything too, meaning that you are building your lighting as you go along. If you wait to the end to build lighting, it could take hours, if not days, to build your lighting. So what I would do, if you haven't been building your lighting, is overnight go ahead and build your lighting, okay, and let it run the whole night, and then you can start adding your VFX and all that other stuff, and then you should be good. Okay, you're not turning this in. You do have to have your VFX. You got to show in the gameplay, when you're showing your video of your gameplay, you got to show your mechanics. You got to show that your jump pads and your portals are actually working. Okay, those are the things you have to show me. You can show me more stuff like going up and down your stairs of your buildings, go inside of your buildings. That would be fun. I need at least 30 plus seconds, okay, of you navigating your level and making sure that you show me that the jump pads and the portals are working as expected. Okay. Turn in instructions. This is exactly what I want, so really pay attention to this stuff. Read one line at a time, do it. Read one line at a time and do it. You're going to end up with something like 50 screenshots total. I think I figured it out to be like 49 or something like that, so I just threw another 1 in there, 50 screenshots. It's going to be around there. Don't worry, I'm not going to go, oh my gosh, it's 1 short or it's 2 short and you're not going to get the credit. Oh, absolutely, you're going to get the credit. I can ignore that. If you give me 10 screenshots, I'll get you for that. That's not enough. Okay. I don't care if you take pictures of your waterfall or you take pictures of your river, or if you're not having. The thing is, I want to see all 4 corners of the buildings, inside the buildings, not just 2 corners, but all 4 corners of the inside of the buildings. I want to be able to see 4 corners of each building, the outside of the buildings again, and then the top view without fog. Okay, now if you have heavy fog, I'm not going to be able to see anything. So you can give me screenshots of what the fog looks like, and you may think that's really super cool, that the fog is really thick, and oh, it makes it even scarier. It actually kind of distracts from good gameplay. You need to have light fog. Okay, I want to make sure I iterate that. Light fog is better than heavy fog. And then when you do the top view up above, I want you to turn the fog off. Okay, and then give me a screenshot. Okay. All right. Well, good luck this week, and I wish you the best of luck. And please stay safe. And we'll see you in the next module, which is going to be really fun. We're going to start basically a new project, sci-fi interior hallways. So kind of prepare yourself for that. Go out and start looking for assets. We're going to build assets, and you're going to be looking for them. If we build our own assets, we'll have to do it quickly, and I'll show you. I'll have some videos on that, but we're going to do it modularly. So because you're going to be using modular pieces. Now they do have some really nice marketplace stuff. Please check that out and start getting ready for the next project. All right, good luck this week, and I'll see you next week.